Close your eyes and imagine a world where tranquility and wellness are just a breath away. Welcome to our sanctuary of relaxation and rejuvenation. Elevate your yoga experience with our premium yoga clothing. Crafted from the finest materials, our attire provides the perfect balance of comfort and style, allowing you to move with grace and confidence. We have everything you need to enhance your wellness journey. Visit us at zoso.shop. Your journey awaits. Namaste.
Hello, welcome. Today we're going to be doing a sequence for if you're feeling overwhelmed and if you're in your third trimester of pregnancy. The two things that you will need are a couple of firm pillows if you have them, or a couple of blankets. You can kind of make do with what you have. So go ahead and grab what you need and let's get started. If you don't have time to watch this video right now, go ahead and save for later and just do it whenever you get a chance. So go ahead and set yourself up by the wall and make sure that you're seated in a way that's comfortable. You can use as much support as you need just to make sure that your hips feel nice and relaxed. And go ahead and just lean up against the wall. And you might feel like you're leaning back a little bit, which is fine, but just let that support be there for you. And we're going to start with a few breathing exercises. So I would say breathing is one of the most powerful ways to just help yourself feel better if you're feeling overwhelmed. So let's start by just grounding in our practice. So rooting down through the sit bones and just let those hips relax, feeling the spine lengthen, and just really letting yourself be supported by that wall. And definitely make sure that your tailbone is as close to the wall as possible. You don't want to be like reclined back. You want to be as upright as possible. And just make whatever adjustments you need to. And just begin to notice if you're holding your breath, if you're clenching your jaw, furrowing your brow. Just let yourself soften, really root down, feeling more grounded. So as we root down through our sit bones, lengthening through the spine, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the face, and go ahead and just bring your right hand onto your heart, or whatever hand you like, really. And just feeling that pressure of your palm against your heart. Bring your thoughts down, moving from thinking more into feeling. And just notice any tightness in your heart area and let yourself soften. Let your belly soften as you breathe. And let's just take a few deep breaths here. Really allowing the abdomen to be soft as we breathe and keeping the spine long. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Long, luxurious breaths. Just letting everything slow down. Take a few more breaths at your own pace, just really letting that pressure against your heart remind you to feel more than think. And you can open your eyes, and I'm going to go ahead and talk about alternate nostril breathing. So this is one of my favorite breathing exercises to do when I feel like my mind's racing or I'm worried about something. This really helps. So go ahead and you want to use your middle finger and your forefinger and your thumb. So you're breathing in and out through one side at a time. So, and you start on an exhale. I'm going to do one round and just show you. So you start on an exhale. And then at the top of that inhale, you close that side and exhale. Full inhale. And another benefit to this is it's really hard to over breathe into your belly, which you do need to be a little bit careful of in your third trimester. So sometimes you can overstretch the abdominal muscles. So just something to be aware of. So let's go ahead and I'm going to do one round with you, and then I'll go ahead and let you do it on your own. So just keeping that spine long, and you can go ahead and rest up against the wall. You can close your eyes if you want to. Go ahead, and I want you to take a deep breath in. So breathe in. Shut that right nostril and full exhale out. Full inhale through the left. Close that left nostril, full exhale through the right. Full inhale through the right. Do about 4 or 5 at your own pace, shutting the right nostril. You can keep your eyes closed if you want. You can focus on a spot in front of you, just staying fully engaged. Do about 2 or 3 more at your own pace. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw as you breathe. Keeping the spine long, shoulders relaxed. You can just release that hand and full exhale. Just kind of letting your breath go back to whatever it wants to be right now, without trying to control it, but letting it anchor you if you get distracted. And moving into our asana practice, into some nice stretches. So go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, moving into butterfly. So third trimester is not a time to over push, so I would encourage you to be extra gentle with yourself. So even if you can go really deep, it's not always necessary or the right thing to do. Just listen to your body. So in butterfly, just rooting down through our sit bones, allowing that spine to lengthen, relaxing the shoulders. And go ahead and just hinge at the hips, allowing that belly to stay nice and soft. And as we come forward, you might start to notice one side's tighter. My right hip is usually a lot tighter for some reason. And especially as we move through pregnancy, as the baby moves around, it can put pressure on one side or the other. So this is a really great position for just kind of restoring balance. Holding for another 5 breaths or so. Go ahead and tuck your chin in, just keeping the spine long and the belly soft, breathing into those hips. And if your mind starts to drift, just bring it back to your breath. Stretch your in. And go ahead and release. And you can just straighten those legs, and moving into half pigeon. If your hips are really tight, I would definitely encourage you to use a little extra support. You can stack yoga blankets or a couple of pillows even. So go ahead and grab what you need and bring the right ankle under the left knee. You can just stack that left hip over the right knee, and allowing that left knee to just relax. So as we allow that left hip to soften, the knee is naturally just going to move closer to the leg, but not trying to jam it or force it down. And rooting down through the sit bones. If you feel yourself starting to slide off of your support, just make sure that you're staying rooted and you feel stable before you move any deeper. You can bring your hands onto the mat if you want, or keep them on your legs. And holding for about 20 seconds. Nice, deep, luxurious breaths here. And just allowing that left hip to open and soften as we hold. And really allowing the abdomen to be soft. And release nice and slow. And opposite side, go ahead and bring that left ankle under the right knee, stacking the opposite foot. And it's pretty common to notice a pretty big difference. One knee can be a lot higher than the other one. So just kind of notice. And first rooting down and hinging forward. You're going to feel this in your glute and your hip. And holding 20 seconds on this side as well. And just throughout our practice, really allowing the abdomen to be soft. Relax your shoulders. Got 3 more breaths here. Nice deep breaths. Not just breathing down, but encouraging a nice full breath into our backside and our ribs. And go ahead and release. And moving into child's pose, go ahead and get rid of your prop. And make sure that your pillows are there if you need them, whatever you're using. And big toes close together, knees wide apart. Just creating plenty of space for that belly to fit. Go ahead and just rest your head. And this is another great place to restore balance in the hips and the pelvic floor. If there's more weight on one side. Just breathing into those hips. Breathing into the spine. Go ahead and just walk those hands forward. Feeling more length in the spine. If you ever have a super achy back, this is a great way to just take all of the weight off of your back. And it's like gravity giving you a little massage. And just letting the head rest. And go ahead and come on up, moving into downward dog. Go ahead and nice wide stance with the feet. Hands are wider than shoulder distance. Just pressing back, pressing those thighs back, letting the heels fall towards the floor. And don't be afraid to make any little adjustments you need to feel more comfortable. Just walking it out, go ahead and let that right heel drop towards the floor, bending one knee at a time. This is really great if you have been having any cramps in your legs, which can happen during the 2nd and 3rd trimester. It's not very fun. And if your hands are starting to slide, you might need to reposition and just engage your quads a little bit more. In child's pose, wide knees, you can just rest your head. You might notice that the hips are starting to sink down a little bit deeper as we revisit. Again, just let that abdomen be, your belly be soft. Sending love to your baby. And go ahead and just walk the hands forward, long spine, and downward dog, wide stance. Walk the hands back if you need to. Lift that left leg, opening up the hips towards the left, bending that left knee. And opposite side, you can pause, reposition if you need to before lifting that right leg. And that left heel fall towards the floor. And release. And full forward fold, just slowly walking your feet forward. Wide stance, wider than hip distance. And half forward fold, long spine. You can wrap your hands around your calves, your ankles. You can bring your hands onto the floor. Not straining to do anything. Really doing what feels natural and good. And rooting down through the feet, go ahead and bring those arms overhead, long spine as we reach through the fingertips, tucking the tailbone in. And release. And I'm gonna go ahead and change position. So facing the front side of your mat, moving into a nice wide forward fold. So you want in this position, you want your wrists over your ankles more or less. And every body is different, so just listen to your own body. Outsides of the feet are parallel. You might feel a little pigeon-toed. Thighs are engaged, knees are soft. And go ahead and just hinge at the hips, keeping the spine long and the legs engaged. And bring your hands onto the floor, just keeping that spine long. Go ahead and grab the outer edges of your legs, and you can just pull, coming into a full forward fold. Relaxing those shoulders away from the ears. Not straining to bring your head closer to the floor, just allowing yourself to move as deep as it feels good. Relaxing the belly. Pressing through the feet, engage those quads, come on up. And go ahead and bring the feet a little closer in, but wider than hip distance, moving into goddess pose. So you want your feet at about a 45-degree angle. And just sinking our hips down towards the floor. You can rest your hands on your knees. You want your knees moving in track with your toes. And just feeling strong and grounded, rooting down through our feet. And come on up. And one more time, go ahead and root down through those feet, letting the hips sink down, spine is long, belly is soft. About 2 breaths here. Come on up. And we are going to end with legs up the wall. Go ahead and grab a pillow or a blanket, and you want to bring that right up towards the wall. You want about maybe 6 inches so that your glutes can just cascade over the support. So whenever you're ready, I want you to do this as gracefully as possible, nice and slow. Make sure that your left hip is nice and close to the wall. And I want you to just lean over and go ahead and cartwheel your legs up. And don't worry about being perfect here. If your legs aren't, right up against the wall, that's fine. That's not really that important. Just make sure that you feel nice and comfortable here. So Go ahead and find whatever arm position feels good to you, and let your palms face up, and let your feet be at least hip distance apart. And there's a little bit of slack in your knees, just holding your legs enough to keep your legs up the wall. And this pose is fantastic for bringing fresh blood to the brain. It's great for reducing swelling in the ankles and the feet. And it's really good for the nervous system, just calming everything down. And it's the one inversion that we can do into our third trimester. I wouldn't encourage you to hold it for longer than, maybe 3 or 4 minutes, but it's definitely safe if you're having an uncomplicated pregnancy. And just notice if you're holding your shoulders up or your head up, and just really let yourself relax and be supported by the floor. Just enjoying all this fresh blood moving towards the heart and the brain. And go ahead and you can slide your feet down the wall, coming into Baddha Konasana at the wall. So bring in the soles of the feet together and just allowing the feet to touch. So not trying to press the soles of the feet together, allowing the hips to open. And taking another few breaths here. Just staying connected to your breath without trying to control it. Go ahead and bring your legs back up the wall. You can bend your knees slightly and go ahead and just uncartwheel. So nice and slow, you can just kind of reverse cartwheel the way you came in. And just rest your head for a minute. And whenever you're ready, you can come to a seated position. That's it for our practice today. If you enjoyed this video, you should check out our app Yoga Plus. There's some really great content that's exclusive to our app. I look forward to seeing you there.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the pose library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.